Guys, in this video we're going to be making some homemade Mexican foods, homemade fajitas. So come with us and we'll show you just a few things of how we do it. There's many recipes out there online. This is just how we make it. In our skillet here I've got just enough olive oil to cover the bottom. And in a pan here you can see that Sarah is adding some rice. She's put a little bit of butter down there in the bottom of the pot. And now she is adding a little bit of rice in there. We got another pot here going with some water. And this is going to be used for the rice also. Now that our skillet is good and hot, we're going to start adding our chicken. We've got our boneless chicken breasts here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw this down in the skillet, and you can see it popping. One of the things that I do a little different on this is I will actually get a little bit of a sear on the chicken before I cut it up. Now you can cut it up into the strips before you put it in your skillet, but for me I think it cuts just a little bit easier. You know, after you get it just a little bit of a sear on each side of it, slice it up. It seems to slice up a little easier. And you want to make sure to add some salt and some pepper to your chicken. Don't add your fajita mix yet, but go ahead and add some salt and pepper to it. Chicken here in the skillet, I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. You don't have to have a whole lot, you know, just salt it to your own taste. But you want to make sure when you're cooking this chicken, the main thing anytime you cook with chicken is to make sure that it is cooked thoroughly. I like quite a bit of pepper on this. It will, you know, it'll cook you in real good, kind of give just a little bit of a spice to the dish, and you know, it'll be real good. And any chunks of the chicken that you still see, you know, you can cut those up pretty easy with a fork, just like that, because it cuts much easier after it's been in the skillet for just a minute or two. And I'm not going to cut it too small, but there we go. So we're just going to let this cook for a bit. We're going to then add in our peppers and onions. You can see over here that Sarah is stirring the rice, and we're well on our way to a good homemade Mexican fajita dinner. Here we are. We have our peppers and onions, and we are ready to add them to our skillet as well. We're just going to put them right in with the chicken. You can see that's quite a bit that is added there. But those onions and the peppers, they will cook down quite a bit as well. I've got the peppers and the onions in the skillet. I'm also going to cover them with just a little bit of cumin. Just, you know, this is something that you can get at any of your stores. Nothing too heavy, because once again, we are going to be adding some regular fajita seasoning to this after it cooks down also. Just going to take our fork, and we're just going to stir this a bit. Kind of mix it up and get it down there, and we're going to get a lid and we're going to cover this and let this whole thing set for just a bit. It may not look like it now, but when the onions and peppers start to sweat down, it's going to really compact down in this skillet. This is a lot for this skillet, but we've cooked it in here like this many times and it always turns out great. Alright, you can see here that the onions are starting to sweat down, but we still have a bit to go. And before much longer though, we're going to go ahead and add in our fajita seasoning. We're just going to go ahead and let all of this cook just a little bit longer. Start to smell awful good in here. Alright guys, now we're going to go ahead and add in our fajita seasoning. This is just any kind of your favorite seasoning that you can get at your local stores. You just simply dump that in, and then you want to make sure that you mix it in very well in with the chicken and the peppers. You get that mixed in to make sure everything is covered. You don't want to have anything uneven in this when you're cooking it. You know, you want to keep it mixed up real good. Continue to let it cook down. Let that chicken cook on down. Sweat those peppers and onions on down, and it's, oh man, you can really tell the difference adding that fajita seasoning. It just, you know, opening that up, you can smell a huge difference in this kitchen, the way that this stuff smells. So we're just going to keep going here, and I'm starting to get hungry. I don't know about y'all. Here we are Sarah just getting just a little bit of the rice mixed up, stirring it just a bit to make sure that it all cooks evenly. I'm standing here holding the camera with the steam from the fajitas hitting me right in the face, making me hungry. Can't wait. Now you can see here just how much the peppers and onions and everything have sweated down in the skillet. You know, when we first put everything in, the skillet was full, but now it is, you know, sweated down quite a bit as those peppers and onions cook. And we've turned our heat up a little bit just to go ahead and finish this off, and so far so good. Alright guys, we're just about ready here. We're going to taste a piece of the chicken just to see how well it's seasoned and make sure that we've got everything where we need it to be. That's good. We're just about ready. Alright, let's plate it up. Let's make us a fajita. We also heated up these shells too, and you know, just to get them a little bit more flexible. And we got some rice going down there, looking good, looking real good. A few refried beans. You know, these things come just right out of a can, nothing too fancy. And then we've got some shredded cheese here. Put just a little bit of shredded cheese on there, and of course you can add anything you want. We are going to add just a little bit of sour cream. Nothing too extravagant, but enough to add just a little bit of the flavor. And you can see the sour cream sticking there, but that's no big deal. A little bit of salsa and just a little more flavor, and we're ready to go. Alright guys, here is our finished homemade fajita, chicken fajitas. It's time to roll it up and give it a sample. I hope this shell will hold all of it. There's quite a bit in there. It's great. Anyways guys, hope you liked the video. Be sure to drop any comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching.